Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. As you can see, this time we're looking at a Megadrive arcade power stick. I have just tested this and it works, there's nothing wrong with it. It was described as faulty, spares a repair. It probably just needs to clean up and stuff. It's in very good condition, there's some light scratches and things, but I think by the time I've got the, cleaned this up and got the PVC plastic polish onto this, it's like new, it seriously is. These buttons need de-yellowing a bit, so we can do that with a bit of H2O2. I will do that, just get them back looking the nice sort of original grey or whitish sort of colour that they're supposed to be. There's a few marks and things underneath here. That rubber foot there needs some work, it needs moving, and stick it back down with some double-sided tape. I can do that, but yeah, generally this is in exceptional condition. Quite pleased with that, so I'll probably give the outside clean first, and we'll just see what that looks like, and then I'll take it to bits and just have a look at the internals. Right, we'll just give it a quick wipe. It was pretty dirty. You can see I've gone over this area with the plastic polish. It's gone like new. It's seriously like brand new, the area I've cleaned around here. Obviously, it's probably a good idea to get these buttons out, because you can't really clean around the edges here unless you use a cotton bud. So I'm going to do that anyway. I'll clean that bit up when I've stripped it down, but it's working alright, and it looks, if you look at the bits I've cleaned up here, it's like brand new. It seriously is. I'm really pleased to pick that up. It was only about £3 as well, which is really unusual for one of these. The one thing I'm a bit disappointed with, they don't have micro switches in these. It's like, I don't know, it's leaf switches or something, I don't know, they're a bit spongy. But we'll see what's what when we get the lid off in a sec. So I guess it's just these screws. Looks to be 2, 4, 6. I think there's one just covered by that's slipped there. So we'll do those 6 screws and have a look inside. So once you get those screws out, the base just comes straight off really easily. You've got to be careful because the wire can be trapped on the fitting there. But yeah, there's not much going on here. That looks like a little bit, could do with a little bit more solder there. It doesn't really look like a dry joint, it just looks a bit dodgy. So I guess the next step is to have a look at this here. I think we'll just disconnect this and take this off and just have a look how the joystick makes a connection here. Well, I've seen everything now in terms of cheap design. I seriously have. It's just 4 buttons. That's all this is. It's this little subboard. It's just 4 of the little buttons you get on the normal controllers. The little rub ones with carbon pads. And it's got this plastic notch here, and then the joystick. Obviously, there's a spring. You can see that there's a spring in there, so it pushes quite a lot of force to hold it in place. And it just makes contact there. So I mean, I guess, yeah, this, you can see there's some crustiness and stuff in there. This all needs cleaning. I'll just make sure that the shaft and stuff's clean there, clean on the inside, because it's pretty dusty. I don't know if you can see this, it's pretty dusty on the inside of the case here. Clean this up, and I'm guessing if we look at this, it looks like it's clipped. You can see there's a little clip there and a clip there. So if we just very, very carefully just see if we can get this, probably easier on this side actually, because you can just move that clip a little bit, hopefully without snapping it off. You just pull the board, I think. Is there screws? No screws, is there? No. Doesn't seem to want to come out. Let's just try that again. Oh, yeah, it's just a bit stiff, and I'll knock the camera over there. So, yeah, as you can see, just these little 4 rubber pads sat on top of there. So, yeah, we'll clean those up, clean them underneath as well. Yeah, amazing. So I've cleaned up the top half of the case lightly here. I've just, cleaned up the board here, cleaned up the connections and things, the buttons. And just put a tiny bit of WD-40 on the top of there and into that hole. So it just means that it's just going to rotate nice and smoothly when you try and push the thing around. I'm not really sure how this aligns actually. I don't think it really matters. I don't see anything underneath in terms of that limits it. By the looks of things, it looks like it just sort of sits. Now it could be those, yeah, you see those little marks there, the little notches, those have got to correspond with the slots there. So I guess if it goes this way around, yeah, that's probably about right actually. And I guess you can rotate it to get it in just the right spot, but we'll just screw that back in and then we'll have a look at this board. So it's the same story with these buttons. They're just typical of what you get on all of these, the standard Megadrive controllers, and you can see they're pretty dirty. Don't know how well that's coming out. They are very dirty, those. we can get all these buttons out, clean them all up, and then clean the cavities and things as well, so that's useful. So take all of those out like that, with that aside. You can see the PCB here. Again, you know, look at this, you've got some corrosion and stuff on here where stuff's leaked through, so we'll clean these up. Clean these buttons up again, more buttons. You can see there's bits of, you can see bits of dirt and stuff on there. I don't know how well that's coming out, so that's why these buttons aren't working very well. Yeah, look at that little bit of white stuff on there. You can see that there's just loads of dirt on this as well. I don't know how so much dust has got inside it, because there's no holes from the outside. So yeah, a bit of a mystery really. Solder points looking alright, I think, on that board. I need to examine some of these smaller ones here really closely because they don't look so clever. But I might just reflow a few solder points and things while I'm here anyway. Not much on here. This pot, yeah, we'll put some WD-40 up. We'll clean it up first and get a tiny drop of WD-40 on there just to assist that sliding. Might swap out that electrolytic there actually. Is it 1 microfarad or something like that? Can't see the damn thing. Just bend it over a bit. 47 microfarad. Yeah, I might swap that cap out as well, just to be on the safe side. And then just clean it up, reassemble it. Just quickly here, I want to show you what you can do with these, how well these come out. You can see this one I just previously cleaned here. Look at the difference in colour there. You can think it's faded, and actually it's not. You just need to wet the top and, you know, get a scrubbing brush onto that several times. It did take a couple of minutes actually of scrubbing that at different angles to get all of the dirt out of the recess there. But I'll do the same with the other buttons now. There we go, there's the end result, all back together. Looking absolutely like brand new. Fantastic, working fine. I haven't retrobried these buttons yet. I might do that at a later date. I can't be bothered at the moment, to be honest, because they don't look too bad. I may well do it, like I say, at some point. You can see I moved that pad. It's, you know, the paint's worn around here a little bit, and, you know, it's got scratched off, but who cares really? It's just the underneath, you know. Just look how good that looks. There's not a mark on it. There seriously isn't. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.